So, children, we are doing poem 6 Aunt Jennifer's Tiger. So, in first stanza, I have explained you that the poet is describing a lady whom she addresses Aunt Jennifer's. So, she says that Aunt Jennifer's is doing embroidery on a piece of which could be a tablecloth or a wall hanging. She has designed it with beautiful tigers which are running fearlessly in the green forest. She has described their beauty by comparing them with a precious yellow stone known as topaz. She says that they appear bright yellow in the green background of the forest. So they are fearless and they are not affected by the presence of man. So here we can sense the contrast of behavior between the tigers and ant. So through the tigers designed by her are fearless, but she herself is afraid of her husband. And further the poet says that the tiger are proud and fearless citizens of the forest. They are very shiny and elegant. So this is what we have seen in first stanza in our previous video. Now move on second stanza. So here is the second stanza. Aunt Jennifer's fingers fluttering through her wool. Find even the ivory needle hard to pull. The massive weight of Uncle's wedding band sits heavily upon Aunt Jennifer's hand. So here again the meaning I underlined, fluttering, to move in quick irregular motions as if being agitated, and literary device used by the poet, same wool pull band hand, AABB. Then another poetic device is alliteration. So here the consonant sound F sound is repeated in finger fluttering. So here is the explanation. In this stanza, the poet says that her fingers are trembling with the fear of her husband. She says they are fluttering. Now, why are they probably fluttering? Because she is doing her hobby of embroidery, and probably the poet feels that her husband did not be very pleased. वो खुश नहीं होते होंगे to see her doing this. किसको ये करते हुए? Aunt Jennifer's को. So he could scold her. So as the lady is scared of him, she feels that he can come any time and he can scold her. That is why her fingers are trembling. Then she says that her fingers are so tired of working endlessly. So all her life she has been fulfilling the obligations of her married life, that she is so tired. Now the lady, Aunt Jennifer, is so tired, such the tiny needle is so heavy for her. इतनी टायर्ड है कि जो वो एक बहुत बारीक सी निडल है वो भी उनको हैवी लग रही है, बहुत ज़्यादा भारी लग रही है. To pull it out of the cloth and doing the needle work, doing the embroidery, it is very tough task for her. Further she says the uncle's wedding band. So here the uncle wedding's band. So why is she referring to it as uncle's wedding band? Because probably he purchased for her when they had got married, and even today it is his, because the lady Aunt Jennifer is not in such a good position that she can afford such a wedding band. So it was purchased by her husband, and even today she is dependent on him, and she is burdened by the weight of this ring, and she has been living a demanding life due to which she has worn out in her old age. So here is the third stanza. When Aunt is dead, her terrified hands will lie still ringed with ordeals she was mastered by. The tigers in the panel that she made will go on prancing, proud and unafraid. Again, some words I have underlined. Ordeals means extremely severe tests or experiences. Prancing means to move around proudly. Literary devices, rhyme scheme, as you can see, lie, by, made, afraid, AABB. Then alliteration. So here again the consonant sound P is repeated in prancing, proud. So explanation now. In this stanza, the poet says that the lady's wish. So what was his wish? To live free and fearless life. That is portrayed the design which she has chosen, that is the tigers. So the tigers are considered to be a fearless animal and they live a free life in the vast forests. So it shows her innermost desire of being strong, fearless and living a free life, but she has been overpowered by the dominance of by her husband. She has been living a very demanding life, attending to her husband and fulfilling his commands, and probably the poet feels that the ordeals of this lady will end up only upon her death. Then she says that her frightened, shaking fingers will be then put to rest. All her life she has been working and she can only take rest when she dies. She can only take rest. तभी उसे आराम मिलेगा जब वो मरेगी, जब वो died हो जाएगी. But still she feels that even after her death, the ring will still be there on her finger. So the massive, heavy ring will be there in her finger, which will suggest that the desire of the lady to live a free and fearless life will never be fulfilled. It can only remain alive in the tigers which she has embroidered on the cloth. So here we have seen the ring was the sole proof of the tortures which she had faced from her husband. And on the other hand, there are the tigers designed by Aunt Jennifer, which will always depict her desire of living a fearless life by jumping proudly and bravely on the piece of cloth.